Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I got a new sketch ready, so if you want to join me, let's jump in and color it together. So for this video I wanted to draw one of my favorite characters from the video game Stray, which is the Guardian robot. And if you played the game, you probably remember him right away. He's the first robot you really meet in the slums, and they kind of set the tone for how the world works in Stray. So what I find really cool about the video game Stray is that it actually manages to make a post-apocalyptic setting feel kinda cozy, and I really like post-apocalyptic settings, and the lighting in that video game is just superb. Like, the whole world is technically abandoned, and I don't want to go into too much detail here because you might check it out later. But somehow it doesn't feel cold or empty. A lot of that comes down to the lighting and the colors and all the little details and characters they use. The slums where the Guardian hangs out are honestly one of my favorite areas in the game. You've got neon signs glowing in different colors, little paper lanterns, and these warm orange and red tones everywhere. There's clutter and decay, sure, but it feels lived in. It's not just a bunch of ruins. It's a space that's still being used, still active in its own way, and I really love that about the game. You can kind of tell that the robots have tried to build some kind of life here, even though it's far more from perfect. And what really surprised me is how much personality the robots have. Like, they're not just NPCs or background characters. They all have names, jobs, hobbies, and I really think that they portray the emotions very well, and I really like how they can just change their facial expressions and everything. That's very cool too. So yeah, some are shy, some are funny, and some awkward and kind of grumpy, and I really like that. And there are even artist robots there. And I think that's really cool, and it's very nice just getting to know them and explore the world. And there's so much to explore, and there's so many different settings, and I really think the game is a piece of art in its own way. Yeah, and the robots feel like actual people who just happen to be made out of metal, and I think that's really cool, and that adds a lot to the atmosphere there too. I think it makes the world feel warmer and more relatable, even though it's technically a dystopia. And to be honest, when drawing the robot, I kind of struggled a lot with how his cape and his outfit is flowing, because I wasn't really sure how he looks underneath, so I didn't really know how the fabric would lay on his body, but I think it's kind of fun and kind of acceptable how I did, because the fabric covers up a lot. Yeah, but to be honest, the Guardian robot especially stood out to me because they're just quietly standing there and guarding the entrance to the slums, or to the city from the slums, and they really don't do much at first, but holding the spear or staff and watching over the entrance, and they really have calm energy, and I really like the interaction where they were first mistrusting and then we gained their trust, and that was really cool. Yeah, and I really thought that was a way where the game then changed, because you were able to see the kind of community they had, and I really loved that about the game. And I want to bring that feeling, that cozy feeling, the lightning of the slums, and also that decay kind of into this illustration, and I really think that the technology mixed with overgrown elements and slums and the lightning, you can tell I really like the lightning, really hit on me, and I really tried to capture that in the piece you're seeing here. So that's also why I tried to make the stuff and his helmet, I don't know, his hat, in a kind of overgrown way. And I also tried to incorporate a few of the plants and a few neon lights into the background. So on this painting I really tried to focus on building the colors up from light to dark, and you can also see this here, how I actually build up the tree behind. So I put in the least saturated green I had first, and then added the more saturated greens later. And I also tried to do this with his cape, so that I put down the brightest red at first and then added the darker colors step by step. And that's not only because the shading is easier that way, but also because you can do the blending much more easily when you have the lighter colors laid down and then lay down the darker colors afterwards. And now we're actually at a point where I start putting in the highlights. As you can see in the background, there's a wall with some windows, I think. And I tried to make it kind of dirty, but still not that prominent. Competes with the robot in front. And that's also why I kept the vibrancy of the background low. And yeah, in between, I hope you like my microphone quality or my sound quality, because I actually upgraded my microphone, so you can now enjoy my voice in even better quality and listen to me talking nonsense about my paintings. Yeah, and on that note, I can actually add that if you have more feedback or want to reach out to me or just want to connect with me, feel free to leave a comment. I can actually still read all of my comments and react to all of them. So I'm very happy if you leave a comment. And if you want to support me, it would make me very happy if you could subscribe. And maybe also go over to my Instagram if you like my art and want to see more of it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed me bubbling about a video game I like. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!